We're here at Ackland Racing, and if you don't know the name Ackland Racing, you haven't been paying attention to sprint car racing in Ontario. Longtime sponsor of the sport. How did you get into this?
Well, it takes me back probably 12, 13 years ago. Good friend Jamie Collard, who many might know, was involved in racing. I kind of followed him as a buddy, and eventually started hanging around more at the shop. He had an opportunity with Miles Hill Racing, and started, helping more on the cars and wrenching. And as years went by, became more of a fan of the sport, more interested in the racing, and kind of just fell in love with everything.
So you went from being a sponsor, you took the next step into being an owner.
Yeah, so with the business side, Ashwegan approached me, it's been probably 10 or 12 years ago, and we stepped up with the Top Gun Award, and we've awarded that now to both sprint car divisions every week for the high passing point winner there. So that's been really good to draw attention to the business side and just support the racing and give back to the drivers a little bit. And through the years with Hills and the crate sprint division becoming a new division, I stepped into the ownership with my first car there. Sean Evans drove, and we had a really good run. After 3 years, we're able to pick up the Ashwegan Championship and the Action Tour Championship, and then kind of progressed into the 360 world, and we've expanded even more going into this season coming up here. So there's always something in the works, and seem to be getting bigger and more involved.
Now, I've talked to you a little bit about this several times, and it's something I really admire. How would you describe your approach to the sport?
Well, I kind of, I don't know if it's a business mind or just my own personality. I like to, take it, as professional as possible, business-like as possible. Try to run a very organized program. I think it just reflects, well with sponsorship, your fellow racers and teams and that. Hopefully some respect there too. But I find that, the better managed the program is, hopefully the results, are followed up with that too. So just attention to detail and,
I think traditionally people don't think of sprint car racing as a sport where meticulousness and being organized is a strength and an advantage, but you truly believe it is, do you not?
To some extent. I mean, we clean these cars up every week and then go and run them through the mud. So there's part of that you kind of have to accept, but I think, from a maintenance standpoint, you've got to be thorough with your equipment and go through everything. And I like to feel like we bring the top-notch car to the track every week, and again, that hopefully reflects well on the track and our results.
Now, you've always had great drivers. Tell us about your new one.
Yeah, Corey Turner is going to have the season of 17 for 2023. Really excited about that. Corey and I have been friends a long, long time. Again, back to the Hills Racing days when he was driving for Miles. We've always had a good, relationship, good friendship, and we're at a point where we needed a bit of a change with our program. And obviously Corey, was going to be without a ride for next year, and things started to, develop late in the season. And Corey brings obviously a long standing racing background, and he's very committed. Brings sponsorship and a lot of help, a lot of great crew guys. We've already been working on the cars, pretty much since the season ended. So just really good support. And looking forward to, bringing our two, programs together and seeing what we can accomplish next year.
Well, I was going to ask you why Corey, but you kind of answered that question already. So I think we'll cut it off there, and I appreciate your time, Dave.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.